hold on to your helmets, because episode 3 of Chad Powers is here. And what a wild ride it is. If you thought college football was dramatic, you haven't seen anything until you've watched Russ Holiday awkwardly squatting between his double life as the mysterious Chad Powers and, well, Russ himself. All while trying not to totally blow his cover. Get ready for puddles of humor, jaw-dropping football mayhem, and some major emotional moments, because this episode cranks up both the comedy and the stakes. Let's jump right in and break down every huge play, cringy locker room chat, and heart-thumping ending twist. We kick off right in the middle of absolute sports chaos. Oregon and Georgia are deadlocked, heading into what should be a legendary last play. The crowd is roaring, drama is peaking, and then disaster. Russ Holiday, who's a superstar athlete, but also known for screwing up in core moments, has the ball and seems poised for glory until he drops it just before the goal line. Georgia scoops it up, game over. Heartbreak for everyone not wearing Bulldog red. The announcers can't help but pile on, suggesting that Russ's mistakes will haunt him forever and even questioning his ability to go pro. Brutal. But what grabs us right here is the setup for everything that follows: loss, humiliation, and the insatiable hunger for redemption. We pivot from that tragedy to the world of the South Georgia Catfish, Russ's new college team, where he's disguised as Chad Powers. Right away, it's clear that the team is struggling. The main quarterback, Jerry Dugan, is not exactly leading a championship squad. He's getting hammered by the defense, looking more battered than inspired, and best of all, some truly weird locker room humor drops in. There's Jerry's awkward bathroom break. Seriously. Much of the scene revolves around a coach holding a urinal cup for another athlete who squats to pee. And let's just say it's as uncomfortable as it is funny. Even Chad, ever the eager backup, hopes for a shot but gets sidelined again as Jerry returns to the field for more punishment. On the sidelines, the tension is thick. Ricky Hudson, Coach Jake Hudson's daughter, and an offensive assistant, is trying to shake things up by warming Chad up for a potential quarterback switch. She's clearly more invested than most, and it's obvious she's the brains behind the potential game-changing strategy. But everyone around her, especially the coaches and some of the players, undermine her presence, treating her like she's only there because of her dad. There's plenty of banter about Daddy's little girl privilege and whether she belongs on the sideline, and Ricky's frustration boils over. All the while, the Catfish offense can't move the ball, and the pressure to deliver is mounting. We're treated to the show's signature mix of outrageous comedy. Think weird sexual innuendo chatter among the players, random talk about spitting into Gatorade bottles, and bizarro sideline rivalries. But mixed in with that are moments where the writing really shines. We see characters dealing with lost ambition, like Ricky opening up about a failed Olympic dream after injuring her knee. It's heartfelt, but never melodramatic, and sets up the deeper themes about regret and proving yourself. Chad's pretty low-key about his own losses at this point. He clearly understands what it means to want a win so badly it stings. Meanwhile, the Catfish are sinking fast. South Georgia's team is down 13-3, and Coach Bird is running out of pep talks as Jerry absorbs another sack. In the press box and the expensive suites, the boosters banter about jets and power, smoking where they're not supposed to, and generally acting like this team's fate is already sealed. A nice backdrop of privilege compared to the players grinding it out below. Everything explodes in the fourth quarter. The sideline tension finally snaps. Ricky is absolutely adamant as if they don't make a bold move now, the game is going to slip away. She pushes for Chad to go in, arguing that his skill set matches what's needed to attack the opponent's defense. But Coach Hudson resists. He's loyal to Jerry and isn't ready to risk everything on the untested Chad. The argument goes public. Ricky demands to be treated professionally, not as sweetheart, and calls out her father for sticking to losing out of stubbornness. He snaps, blaming Ricky and threatening to pull her from the sideline entirely. The play clock ticks down, they burn a precious timeout, and all the drama boils in front of the crowd, the cameras, and the boosters. Tensions between Jake and Ricky aren't just about play calls, they're about family, legacy, sexism, and pride. Suddenly, fate steps in. Jerry gets injured in a brutal hit, and with no other choice, Coach turns to Chad Powers. He gives him an inspiring, if slightly bizarre, pep talk, tapping into Chad's inner 8-year-old dreamer with the arm of a cannon. Chad steels himself and steps onto the field for his first real shot at glory. From here, the football drama goes full throttle. Chad's first throw goes awry, nerves, pressure, the whole stadium staring. But the next play is a thing of beauty. Under heavy rush, Chad slings a laser pass down the middle to Nishan Leonard, hitting him in stride for a monstrous first down. The crowd roars back to life. Hope isn't dead yet. The atmosphere shifts immediately. The team rallies around Chad. The coaches start calling more aggressive plays, and the stadium, once restless and gloomy, is electric with possibility. The next drive, Chad proves he's not just a pretty arm. He improvises, sensing pocket pressure, tucks the ball, and takes off running. His escape isn't just athletic. It's desperate, a full sprint for the end zone, and he dives in for the touchdown. It's not enough to take the lead, but it closes the gap to just 3 points. And now the Catfish are hunting for more. Then, in the game's final minute, after the defense makes a clutch stop and recovers a crucial fumble, Chad leads the offense for one last chance. With the season opener on the line, he stares down 3rd and long, crowd screaming, clock ticking, and the play call in his headset. Suddenly, Chad hesitates. Instead of running the coach's play, he audibles, calling the Aggie special Ricky's bold, vertical attack play that she championed but which the coaches had rejected earlier. This is the ultimate risk, the kind that could get him benched or immortalized. Coach Hudson and the staff are incensed. Chad's essentially hijacked the offense. But with no time on the clock and the season opener slipping away, he's given a short, fuming approval to Dallard's win it now or don't bother coming back. Chad snaps the ball, surveys, and launches a perfectly placed bomb toward the end zone. Time freezes. The receiver leaps, grabs the ball, touchdown, explosive victory. The Catfish win in a wild comeback, led by the least likely hero, Chad Powers. The home crowd erupts, grown men cry, and in the aftermath, everyone wants to know who the heck is Chad Powers. As credits roll, the cameras linger on the celebration. Ricky, a mix of pride and relief, quietly soaks in her own vindication. Coach Hudson, both humbled and frustrated, is forced to admit that his daughter's play and the gutsy new quarterback just saved his job and the team's reputation. And for Russ Holiday's Chad Powers, it's the start of a new legend, but also the opening of Pandora's box. Who knows how long Russ can keep up his crazy disguise now that the spotlight's on him? Will the team figure him out? And what about his real relationships? Especially with his dad, who remains clueless about who's really under that helmet. So, at the episode's end, we're left with triumph, tension, and more questions. South Georgia pulls off an outrageously improbable win, thanks to Chad's big risk and Ricky's daring strategy. The team's dynamic is irreversibly shaken, and the episode sets up a season full of secrets, showdowns, and hilarious mistakes, all built around the unstoppable energy of Glenn Powell's double-life performance. All in all, Episode 3 blends humor and heart in a way that's wild, unpredictable, and sometimes uneven, but always entertaining. Chad Powers goes from backup to hometown hero in one game, while Ricky gets her chance to prove herself, and her dad's stubbornness almost costs them everything. The football action is tight, the off-field drama is spicy, and the secret identity shenanigans are just starting to explode. If the series keeps up this breakneck pace, there's no doubt things are about to get even more insane. That's the whole play by play and the emotional twists for Episode 3 of Chad Powers. If you enjoyed reliving each jaw-dropping moment and wild twist with me, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and drop a comment with your favorite moment or prediction for Chad's secret getting out. And, of course, subscribe for more recaps and breakdowns as the season unfolds. You don't want to miss what's coming next.